Hello everybody and welcome to a quick Dwarf Fortress tutorial. This is well even. The last fortress kind of, well, got destroyed by troglodytes and various other things. So, we've started a new tutorial fortress for these quick videos. This video, we're going to be covering shallow farming, a much requested topic, something I can't really believe I haven't done yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly dig down one tile into the dirt layers, and we're going to be digging. Keep in mind, this is one of the least effective forms of farming, but is an alright stopgap in the early game if you are desperate. So we're going to dig down one layer and dig out a little square and a kind of little circle, and maybe extend it a little bit, and then a little circle. In this video, we will be covering three things: starting up a farm, brewing basic alcohol, and getting it rolling so that it doesn't screw up and run out of seeds, and making a seed stockpile. Once this little hole is dug out, as well as a little space just above it for stockpiles and a still, we'll return to the video. So as you can see, this top half is now completely free of stuff. We're going to need something to construct our still out of. We're just going to queue up a couple trees here to be hacked down, and we're going to be using that wood as our material to make our still, just as a reference while they continue to dig out this dirt. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to build a stockpile. So I'm going to build a small stockpile covering around this large of an area. It doesn't need to be too big, especially initially. Now this stockpile is going to be used for seeds specifically. So what we're going to do is we're going to select food, we're going to go to seeds, and we're going to click all. So this is going to be for all seeds. We could use this for shallow farming, deep farming, we can use this for upper farming. The only thing that we're really going to need in this particular stockpile though is plump helmet seeds. We're not going to be covering cloth farming, so we're not going to worry about those types of seeds. Just sticking with plump helmets and alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to back out of this window, and we are going to build ourselves our still, which definitely has wood available to be constructed out of now. We are going to go and jump over into farming, and we are going to grab us our still, which can be found with the hotkey L. We are going to place this just up here and click go. Once it is available, you'll also notice that they've already filled up this stockpile with seeds, and they're in bags. Seeds are stored in bags. We're going to click on this barrel here, and we are going to click on the number button, and we're going to hit 0 to remove all barrels from this stockpile. It's just, long story short, we don't need to worry about it in this tutorial. Just simply remove barrels from your seed stockpiles as a rule. You'll thank me later. Now, while we wait for them to build that, we are also going to construct our farm plots. Now, these plump helmets are large mushrooms that grow underground that the dwarves can consume in three ways. They can eat them raw, and they enjoy them that way. They can brew them into alcohol, and they can cook them into meals. Something we do not want to do is we don't want to cook them into meals. It's okay if you know what you're doing and you have a large food supply to cook them into meals. However, if you are a brand new player, you do not want to cook them into meals. And the reason for this is if you cook them into meals, well, you lose the spawn, which is what you use to plant more, which is a bad thing. In the background here, I've constructed another building, which is the farm plot. We're going to wait for that still to get constructed over here while we are waiting on this. And now that everything is constructed, we are going to go to the labor menu, and we are going to go to the kitchen screen. Now, right here, you can see these two green permissions underneath vegetables, fruit, and leaves. And we have plump helmets listed. This is the only vegetable that we have in our fort right now, which is just a wagon, admittedly. And we have these brewable, cookable plants here. So this plant is allowed to be cooked, and this plant is allowed to be brewed. We do not want to cook plump helmets because, as I said, that will destroy the spawn, and we can't plant more as seeds. We want to have access to plump helmet seeds. We want to be able to plant more of them as the seasons go on. If you're an advanced player, I wouldn't worry about this too much. Once this is complete, we can go here and we can click on the farm plot on one layer underground, and we're currently in summer. We are going to click on plump helmets, and then from here we are going to click on summer, and then also go to plump helmets. And as you can see, they're already planting the spawn. And then we can go to autumn, and we're also going to select plump helmets. And then lastly, we're going to go to winter, and we're also going to select plump helmets. Now, keep in mind that there's a bunch of different plant variety here. Plump helmets are just the easiest ones and the most prolific ones to keep planted. Now, for the sake of this video, rather than waiting for the whole season to go over and the first yield to come through, we're going to go up here and I'm going to add a brew task. And we're going to, well, we don't have any empty food storage items. I'm going to make some barrels. And when I make some barrels, we will return and continue the video. So now a barrel has been constructed, and we are going to click on our still. And we're going to add a task and brew drink from plant. And hopefully they bring down a plump helmet to be brewed. That's my guess as to what they will bring down anyway. Looks like they brought down plump helmets, and they're going to go grab that barrel. And that barrel is going to be used to brew the alcohol into. And then when the dwarf is finished brewing, you will see we'll get some more spawn, and they will plant it in this field. As you can see, it's quite large. Keep in mind, this is the lowest possible yield you can get from a type of farming. Now, as you can see, the dwarves are running down, and they're going to begin planting it, or first they'll put it in the bags, and then they'll come down here and plant it in the field. So that is your basic farming tutorial for plump helmets. I'm not going to do super in-depth, detailed tutorials for farming. I will do some others on cloth in the future, but if you would like detailed, in-depth, quality farming tutorials, I recommend checking out the YouTuber Techit. There is a link to him in the description of this video. Keep in mind, his tutorials are currently out of date, and he is in the process of doing the hardcore nerd maths to count up individual stacks of plants to put out his next round of perfectly optimized Dwarf Fortress tutorials for crazy people. And if you want that kind of thing for farming, definitely go subscribe to his channel for when he gets his brand new Dwarf Fortress updated tutorials out and ready for the masses. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this series, and I hope to see you in the next one.